Nigeria. Welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujemo. Hello, women. How you're doing? Wherever you're watching me at this moment, I need you to know that you are intelligent, beautiful, loving, patient, wonderful, and loved. Because it's your day, go ahead and celebrate yourself. Give yourself a hug because you deserve it. And Newsline will prove how special you are in many ways. Women mean a lot to the world. Firstly, they give birth to everyone in the world. They are homemakers, nurturers, and professionals. And we have several reports that showcase why society, especially men and children, adore the women in their lives. We have other topical reports on issues, places, and events. Please be our guest and stay for the long haul. Let's begin as always with the news. Joseph Johnson will anchor tonight, and I'm wondering, why him? Why not Claire, Lydia, or Elizabeth? What are you doing there, Joseph? What are you doing there?
Becky, well, it's part of the day's celebration. I'm here representing all Nigerian men in celebrating a beautiful, amazing, indefatigable, industrious Nigerian women. So, as a gentleman, I had to tell Elizabeth, step aside and let me do the honors. So welcome to the news segment of Newsline. Now, let's just pause a little bit from the trending coronavirus story and talk about women, because equal rights, equal opportunities and privileges are the demands of women over the world as they mark this year's International Women's Day. Nigerian women are not left out in adopting the theme, I am Generation Equality. Momso Demendati takes us through the peculiar stories of women.
Today, the 8th of March is the International Women's Day. Amarachi Solomon, a hairstylist, is busy scouting for customers and has no idea on the existence of such a day.
I don't know anything about International Women. I'm just hearing it for the first time.
She's not the only one. Many others don't too. But that does not change the fact that women all over the world are celebrating. Nigeria is no different. Diverse events and activities, the latest being a Thanksgiving service led by the Minister of Women Affairs, Paul and Thailand, with diverse women groups, civil society organizations, and development partners, including the United Nations. Not minding the distance, they all find their way to the St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church near Abuja, where it all ended in praise.
Contributes more than 60% of the national development of this country, from the home front right to all other levels, yet she's never recognized. The core message is to give more attention to issues concerning women and children, particularly the girl child.
That's not all. The Catholic Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Dr. Ignatius Kaigama, and other men agree with this position.
Our various cultures seem to have kind of subordinated the women to the background, and there are various acts of injustices, unfairness committed against them. So we are saying equal opportunities for all.
Looking at the joy and excitement on the faces of these women may just be an indication that for the Nigerian women, there is no going back when it comes to generational equality. Momso Demendati, NTA News.
They are mothers, wives, sisters and soldiers. As the world marks International Women's Day, correspondent Najat Tijani highlights the contributions of women to the armed forces of Nigeria.
Brigadier General Christina Thomas has 32 years of service in the Nigerian Army. She says a lot has changed in favor of women since she joined.
We have women in NTA now, so they are being deployed outside that's both in peacetime and in wartime. And also in Nigerian Army Women Corps that was established in March 2018 by the current Chief of Army Staff to ensure optimal performance of women. So with this, sky is the limit for women in our forces of Nigeria.
Some of these conditions have led to an increase in recruitment as well as special military units consisting of an all-female force. Similarly, the contribution of women to the Nigeria police force is setting the tone for equality, with women heading various units.
Duties require more intellect and persuasion, and sir, women are highly intelligent and persuasive.
While these achievements spell equal opportunity for both genders, no woman has reached service chief status. So in line with the 2020 International Women's Day theme, Each for Equal, can the nation expect a female IGP or air chief soon? For now, Brigadier General Thomas says she's content with being a wife, mother and soldier. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Gallant women there. Women the world over on 8th of March every year converge to celebrate the International Women's Day. And to this end, the women wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria came out en masse to celebrate the day.
What women are saying, we are thanking God for keeping us together, because we do not want war. We do not want division in Nigeria. We want to remain as one.
As you can see, the gathering of women today, we are out to say we need peace. Because where there is no peace, there is no progress.
Similarly, the Federal Character Commission marked the day with a walk.
I believe if we are given the opportunity, we will see another Nigeria.
All we are saying is give us the chance to serve and watch us serve.
When we talk about the quota for professional courses, we are advocating for at least a certain percentage of representation of girls to be given admission into professional courses.
The Commission is poised to use its principle of fairness and equity to ensure women take their rightful place in Nigeria. And wife of the President and Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Buhari has admonished women to step up as caregivers to the social and psychological need of their children for the well-being of the nation. Mrs. Buhari says the occasion of International Women's Day is not only meant to celebrate women's achievements, but it should also be a reminder of the need for women to continue playing those crucial roles towards making the world a better place for humanity. She therefore called on Nigerian women as mothers to pay more attention to children's well-being. She adds that women as mothers, wives, sisters, role models and equal stakeholders in our Project Humanity look forward to more opportunities for the realization of the full potential of the female folks for an equitable, just and prosperous society. It's Women's Day. What do you expect? We have the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallinn, in the studio, and I'm just about to talk with her. You're welcome to Newsline.
Thank you very much, Joseph.
All right. I should probably start by saying Happy International Women's Day to you. And now the celebration is here. What is different this year, and what's your ministry doing to better the lots of Nigerian women?
Thank you very much, Joseph. I want to start by wishing all Nigerian women a happy International Women's Day.
Right.
A day set aside to look at the role of women in nation building, the contribution of women as mothers, wives, and caregivers. Nigerian women have fared so well. In the midst of very difficult situations, they are dogged, they refuse to be frustrated, they are resilient. I therefore congratulate great Nigerian women on this great day. for the good work they have been doing and for their great contribution to nation building. This year's International Women's Day, the theme is Generation Equality, the woman's right. And woman's right is human right. Developing the woman is developing the family, because the woman is the wheel of the family. She is the heart of the family.
Talking about that theme, the theme, generation equality,
Yes.
I mean, how realizable, because I mean, he's talking about realizing the rights of women in Nigerian context.
Yes.
Is that achievable?
Nothing is impossible with God. I am positive and I can see light at the end of the tunnel. Nigerian women have done so well, they are doing well, and I believe with what is happening in the country now, very soon, Mr. President will change his mind and increase the number of women, not just at the Federal Executive Council, the governors at the state level. I commend them too. They are doing well. The number is on the increase. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, Kwara State has done what has never happened. For the first time, we have more women. We have 9 women as against 7 men, which is strange. And Lagos State is doing well, Kaduna State is doing well, Ekiti State is doing well, Sokoto, name it, Enugu. In fact, I give kudos to all our governors. In one way or the other, all our governors are doing well because the number is on the increase, and that's why the United Nations is advocating the he for she. Women are happy. Your first statement is that you believe in a Nigerian woman, and you are here celebrating with
yes,
them.
Indeed.
So I'm happy Joseph is a he for she.
Oh, very, very indeed. I can't agree more.
Thank you.
But just before I let you go, there's one question that, I mean, I probably will be speaking for the Nigerian men. I think so, because I just want you to explain, if you can, how can the male folks understand women? Can you tell us how to understand you women? Sometimes it seems complex, you know.
There's nothing complex about it. A woman is a mother. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. All our leaders today were born by a woman. They were nurtured from childhood by a woman. If she can nurture and bring up great leaders, why can't she? If she can impute in her children and bring them up to be great leaders today, what stops her from being the leader herself? There's nothing complex about understanding the woman. The woman is carefully made by God.
Indeed.
And the woman is God's lastborn.
And
God took his time to specially create the woman. The woman is the spice of life. You can imagine a world without a woman.
Yeah, you know.
You can imagine a home without a woman.
There are some memes
you
can
imagine,
see online, and you see a voluminous encyclopedia.
That's right.
You cannot understand a woman totally. That was actually on a lighter note. Thank you very much indeed, Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talley. It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And that was it. I've just spoken to the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talley, on the celebration of International Women's Day. Yes, among the cardinal policy objectives of the Buhari administration, and one of the big promises made by the president in his campaign is the Ajaokuta Abuja Kaduna Kanu gas pipeline project. A statement from the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, says the pipeline project, which entails the engineering, procurement, construction and commissioning of 614 kilometers gas pipeline and stations traversing Kogi, Niger, FCT, Kaduna and Kano states is a section of an ambitious pipeline project to supply gas to Europe through the proposed Trans-Sahara gas pipeline and Nigeria-Morocco gas pipelines. The statement says the Federal Executive Council under President Buhari took a decisive step to fast-track the closure of all outstanding issues relating to the financing and the issuance of a sovereign guarantee to support debt service and China Export and Credit Issuance Corporation. The statement adds that the project is environmentally friendly and will contribute to the elimination of gas flaring, improve the health of communities in the oil-producing areas, reduce the nation's carbon footprints, and comply with climate control treaties to which the nation is a signatory. President Muhammadu Buhari is tasking the Lagos state government to sustain efforts at containing the coronavirus, describing steps taken so far as encouraging, reassuring and worthy of emulation. The president said that this while granting audience to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at his official residence. Their discussions held behind closed doors centered mainly on the global pandemic and the status of containment efforts in Lagos and other parts of the country. President Buhari appreciated the high-level preparedness and commitment of the Lagos state government in preventing the spread of the COVID-19 index case and promised desired support and assistance by the federal government.
To do what we're doing, right, and is appreciative of the fact that I had come personally to thank him and to brief him as to what we're doing. We still have the index patient. I hear that he's responding, right, and for you to be completely out of it, there are a series of tests that needs to happen, right, and I think the entire medical personnel that are doing that are currently, monitoring him, and we're also monitoring the other people, the other set of patients that will have on the observation. All that is going on. The contact center calls them, on the daily basis, and if there's need be, they will also be asked to conduct tests, but up until last night, all of the cases in terms of tests that we've conducted have been negative. They're still running some tests as we speak, right, on some other cases. So we'll see how it goes. But the bottom line is that we certainly should not allow anything to drop off. Monitoring. That's really what we should ensure. Sometimes some of these things don't give you notice. Each time when they come, you just need to be ready and be prepared for it. It's important that Lagos just continue to raise that bar.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has sent messages to Presidents Hassan Rouhani and Moon Jae-in of Iran and South Korea respectively, and the Prime Minister of Italy expressing deep sympathies following increasing incidents of the deadly coronavirus in their countries. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media Publicity, Garba Shehu, says President Buhari commends the three countries on their efforts to contain the virus and expresses confidence that with the support of the World Health Organization and other global agencies collaborating to contain the virus, it will only be a matter of time before the world sees an end to this disease. He encourages Nigerians to continue to show support to citizens of all the countries who are resident in a country, stating that there is no cause for alarm, and Italy, South Korea and Iran remain Nigeria's allies in good and bad times. The statement confirms the approved payment of the sum of 620 million naira last Friday, a second tranche to assist the health ministry in curtailing the disease, bringing the total payments made so far to 984 million naira. Still talking health system and facilities have been strengthened to capacity to nip in the bud any outbreak of emerging health issues, particularly coronavirus. In Yobe State, correspondent Ladi Bala, who was taken around some of the health facilities and designated isolation centers, says it is a case of comprehensive preparedness awaiting action in Yobe State.
Though there is no reported suspected case of coronavirus disease in Yobe State, as only one case has been recorded in Nigeria, the level of preparedness by the state government can be described as unprecedented. Dr. Mohammed Lawal Ghana is the State Commissioner, Minister of Health. He speaks to us on the level of preparedness by the state government to curtail, or rather to contain, the outbreak of coronavirus in the state.
Also pre-positioned commodities and equipment, basically the general personal protective equipment, face masks, eye shields, the use of aprons, hand gloves, and then of course provided hand washing, hand hygiene materials at the level in healthcare facilities.
Consequently, there is a strong coordinating effort among relevant bodies such as the Primary Healthcare Management Board, Directorate of Disease Control and Immunization / Incident Management, as the Emergency Operations Centers functions 24 hours to handle any outbreak.
This data control room was specifically set up to ensure that we have real-time online monitoring of all data, surveillance data, and routine data that are coming from all across the 17 areas of Yobe State.
Already, an isolation center has been set up with necessary protective gadgets, oxygen, ventilating machines, and related medical commodities to address any emerging health issues, especially coronavirus disease. State Teaching Hospital Intensive Care Unit has also been upgraded and equipped for life-supporting services to patients with critical conditions. Some of the equipment on ground include modern ventilators to supply oxygen for a long period of time, monitors, infusion pumps, and blood warmers, to mention but a few. In Damaturu, Ladibala, NTA News.
Ascertaining genotype for aspiring couples has become a prerequisite for a happy married life. This is to avoid the consequences that could mar the joy of the home where couples fail to ascertain their genotype before contracting marriage. This was the thrust of discussion at the workshop by Vision 2020 on sickle cell disorder. Basi Itaikbang reports.
Sickle cell disease is a genetic blood disorder which occur when a child inherits a trait from each parent that causes most of their red blood cells to form into crescent rather than disc. It is said that he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches. So, the discussions on the recurrent pains and complications caused by sickle cell disorder by sufferers is heart-touching, and everything must be done to ensure aspiring couples acquaint themselves with required knowledge on their genotype before contracting marriage.
And not just knowing your genotype. Be strong enough to make the right decisions. You cannot say love, 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 and then you bring a child that will still come and start falling sick and having issues. Yes, we are saying, okay, you can try it with sickle cell disorder, but the complications are not easy, and it's not everybody that can really overcome it.
Yes, just like how I warned, sickle cell anemia could be avoided. Dr. Okoma speaks on management of the disease.
But there's no policy on ground to manage sickle cell. Transplant is being done, but it's not being done by the government hospitals. We need to have transplant centers. So government can be able to help establish policies in place to actually accommodate a large number of sickle. 2-3% of Nigerians are living with sickle cell.
Speaker stressed the need to encourage people with sickle cell anemia rather than stigmatization. Basi Taikbang, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates most heartily the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo-San, as he celebrates his 63rd birthday anniversary. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says the President, in a telephone conversation Sunday afternoon to his deputy, commends Professor Osinbajo's loyalty and dedication to the administration. President Buhari notes that the intellectual capacity of the Vice vice president has impacted positively on the overall accomplishments of the federal government, most notably in the economic and social intervention programs. He joins family members, friends and associates of Professor Osinbajo to wish him a joyous birthday celebrations and praise Almighty God to endow the vice president with greater wisdom and long life to continue to serve the nation and humanity. And as the Vice President of the country, Professor Osinbajo, turns 63, messages of goodwill have been pouring in to celebrate him. The Northern Governors Forum, in a warm felicitation to the Vice President, through its chairman, Governor Simon Lalong, describes Vice President Osinbajo as a unique gift to Nigeria and applauds Professor Osinbajo's performance as chairman of the National Economic Council, which has positively impacted on the Nigerian economy. President of the Senate Ahmad Lawan, in a statement by the special advisor to the President of the Senate on media and publicity, Ola Owoni, notes the many outstanding achievements of Osinbajo as an erudite lawyer, revered clergyman and political leader who has brought his diverse experiences to bear on his role in government. The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, also extols the virtues of Vice President Osinbajo and says the Vice President personifies humility, sagacity, sincerity, patriotism. He says the Vice President is one of the most honest people he had come across. In the same vein, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipra Silva, congratulates Vice President Osinbajo on his 63rd birthday, and he describes the Vice President as one of the most reliable and progress-oriented leaders of this generation. They all wish the Vice President continuous good health and God's protection. And now let's bring you sports now. Nasarawa United footballer dies during their home match on Sunday against Katsina United, as Amanzi Marcus reports.
Nasarawa United players, Stars and Kano Pillars ended their encounter in a 2-2 draw as Plateau United beat neighbors Wiki Tourists with a lone goal at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium, Bauchi. In beach volleyball, Nigeria's Team A and B beat their Zambian counterparts 2-0 each in the final of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic